that. It's a beautiful. That's why we live in Florida.
Yeah, it sure is. And, I'm one of your subscribers to your alert service.
Yes, thank you.
And, thank you. I'm one of your very satisfied customers because you're making me money.
I love
That's
it.
the bottom line.
I love it. I hope you're a moon lover. I hope you're a moon lover too, Rick.
Live at TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
And he's picked out a landing spot that is a good 25 feet above the hull.
There's a good chance he doesn't get this inside the Marco's ball.
Well, here it comes. Oh, my goodness. Anything like that. This guy's pretty good.
Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters out there. Welcome. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the Trader's Edge, and happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you are, traveling safe, and if you're listening to us on any of the radio stations that carry us, many radio stations, thanks so much for listening. It's possible that you're catching the archive version of this. This is being replayed on Thursday as well, and if you are listening, you absolutely want to stay tuned because my commitment to you is to teach you something about trading, investing, how to manage your money, and this is absolutely going to be a great hour for you. You can always catch this show. It's archived on Channel 14 on TigerTV. You go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on TigerTV, and if you go to Channel 14, you just simply hit the load button, and you'll be able to see the archive of this show. But we're coming to you live right now. It's Wednesday morning. Right now, you got the futures are down. You got the Dow futures down about 95 or so. S&P down about 11, the NASDAQ down 17. We'll get to those markets. We'll see that, we're at some fairly decent support areas, and we'll see what happens in today's trading session. We'll go take a look at the markets, but how I really like to start my day. In fact, this day is kind of unique because this is an anniversary date. It was 365 days ago today when I first unleashed a little bit of my potential onto all of the listeners out there. It was the first time that I did a little 8-minute segment on one of Tom's shows that was going to be playing on Thanksgiving Day. So it was my first time to actually, sit in this office and do a quick little update. And so it's, and I look, every day for me is a brand new day. I don't put a lot of weight, whether it's a Thanksgiving Day, a birthday, every day is a day to be celebrated. And sometimes, what happens in life, folks, is that we all have a blueprint, we all have anchors, and what it is that we just simply tie a lot of emotion to specific dates. Well, let's just say I tie a little bit of emotion to an anniversary date, such as this one where I started off, and the reason is this way. What I really like to be able to do is teach folks how to accomplish what it is they want in life, how to become happy, if you will, because happiness is all about becoming the person that you want to be. If you are the person that you want to be right now, folks, then that's all that you really need. That's how you attain happiness. And what I also like to be able to do, I love to be able to teach people. I like to be able to teach people how to get from where they're at to where it is they're going. And it applies to everybody. Those that have the most success in their life are what we'll call, let's say, maybe overachievers, if you will, which is wonderful. And those folks are always looking for another gear. I absolutely am able to teach you to find that other gear. Then there's folks that maybe, their life is okay, but they know there's so many more levels to attain. And so I'm able to help you do that because, you see, trading and investing, 80% of it is about psychology, folks. I'm going to be able to teach you the 20% mechanics. That's easy to do, believe it or not. If you're struggling with that, the light bulb's going to go on. If you're listening to this show, if you listen to the archive shows, there is plenty of education. You just simply have to be willing to invest your time into yourself. That's really all that it takes. And I absolutely can teach you anything. I can link the known to the unknown. It's very easy to do that. I can teach you about the 20% of mechanics. The 80% is where I really have passion. That's where I really love to be able to teach you, because what happens there, folks, is when you start to get through that, that's where you really start to have real breakthroughs in life. And when you go back, you know, one of the things that somebody said to me, many times some of the things that hold you back in life, they're these little things that sit in your subconscious, if you will. You know, like money doesn't grow on trees. It absolutely does grow on trees. You just never planted a money tree. I can help you plant a money tree. You send me an email at steve@tfnn.com, and I'll send you one of the trees for your forest, folks. You can have your money tree. But many times, it's these little things that we hear, these little sayings in our head, if you will. Sometimes, you know, it's really in the background. It's the background noise. We take a look at charts in the market. There's a lot of noise depending on which day or which time frame you're looking at in a chart. It's all about noise. Well, you've got noise that goes on in your head. I remember somebody once said to me, and this was when I was running a really large company. We were going from 0 to $100 million a year sales growth in less than 5 years. And the comment said, you know, Steve, you're a dreamer. Now, sometimes, you know, you could take that in a negative fashion. In fact, whenever anybody compliments you, or if anybody says anything, maybe they're just simply trying to help you and they give you a helpful point. Some folks will call that a criticism. Let's just call that a helpful hint, if you will. A lot of times the automatic instinct is what I call an automatic negative thought. Even if somebody compliments you, what's going through, you think about it. What's going through your mind is, well, what's their ulterior motive? Maybe there was no ulterior motive other than just simply, you know, to help you recognize maybe something that you don't even see about yourself. And so those automatic negative thoughts, maybe even I catch myself doing that, but because I keep that at the forefront, I'm able to easily just, you know, battle that down like I'm a, you know, spaceship Galactica and shooting that negative thought. I'm an anteater, if you will, folks, and getting that out of the sky. But see, the reality was, you know, words are important, but visions, that's what it's really all about. And so what I said was, no, I'm not a dreamer, I'm a visionary. You tell me which one has more power, which one has more emotional juice. Make sure that some of those things that are going through your thought, think about, especially the ones that are negative, that are holding you down today or making you feel depressed or whatever it might be. You know, we're in this wonderful holiday. No matter what, life is good. You're breathing, you're above ground. It's only bad when they're throwing dirt in your face. And so whether you're even at the lowest level, folks, that's when we make the biggest investment in our equities, in our stocks, and in ourselves. So if you happen to be at that level, and today is the day before Thanksgiving or it's Thanksgiving, what you should have to look forward to is you're going to be kind of like a space shuttle, if you will, where there's so much energy and you're getting ready to take off. And so no matter what level you're at in life, you are at the right place. You are here for a reason. And if we go back and so I'm a visionary, not a dreamer. Not that there's anything wrong with either of those, but what a dream, here's the difference between a dream and a vision. A dream is something that you just kind of think about, but it's in the back of your mind, and it's very far away. If you take a look at inside your mind being nothing but a road to success, a success strategy, and a dream is kind of dim and it's dark. You know, you see it out there, but the question is it believable and is it achievable to you? Well, the difference between a dream and a vision, folks, a vision is something that you bring right up front. In fact, if you were in 3D, if you will, that vision is right here in front of you. You can see it. You can see it because you know you can grasp it. And the way that you take a dream and turn it into a vision is you bring it forward in your mind. You make it brighter. You make it larger. You put the lights, just like in this studio. There's lights all over this place, lighting this thing up, you know, and that's what you want to be able to do. Maybe it becomes easy, you know, for me to create dreams and visions just simply because of the environment. Surround yourself with an environment. If you're in a room that's dark and you want to go through an exercise of turning your dreams into a vision, then open up those windows, turn on every light in the house, spend a little money on electricity, and do that visually because you want to do that. Now, here's kind of the cool thing. One of my dreams for many, many years, you know, was to own and operate my own store inside the Disney theme parks. Now, not only did I do that, folks, but I actually owned a store inside the Disneyland Castle. So the original Disneyland Castle in California. So I was able to turn a dream into a vision and into reality. That's really the next step, is how do you do that? And you do that, folks, by truly understanding your potential. Your potential today, your potential in the money game, which is what we play here, your potential in life, it's unlimited. It's unlimited if you want it to be, because your past does not equal your future. It only equals your future if you want it to be. then, folks, you don't want to be a prisoner of your past. You want to be a pioneer of your future. And that's what Thanksgiving really is all about, isn't it? It's about being a pioneer. Can't you picture that spirit crossing the water and coming over to, the land here in the U.S.? And can't you see that vision? And so you can become a pioneer of your future. Now, one of the real cool things in owning and operating stores on Disney properties, now I'm talking about Disney properties, Universal properties, most of the major casinos in Vegas, but in the Disney properties, what was actually cool, and how it all came full circle, is one year my youngest daughter won an award. Her and her classmates won an award. And you know what the award was, folks? It was the Dreamers and Doers. And folks, that's where you want to be able to take your dreams, turn them into a vision, become a doer. And so when I was there, it was so surreal. Now, what was really nice about that was Roy Disney was there to present everybody, with that award. Now, she was only, at that stage, I think she was in fifth grade. Fifth grade. Now, what was so cool was I was able to go up, shake Roy's hands, introduce myself, tell him who I was, what I was doing, on the properties. Not only was it so cool that he came down specific to be able to give these kids, there was probably about 25 or 30 kids, this award. And when I take a look at, my kids, when I take a look at her, she absolutely is a visionary. She absolutely is a doer, and it was so cool to have that as a rock. Right now we're talking about rocks. Over my right shoulder here, that's my favorite place. That's a place where I'm rock solid. When you're making decisions, folks, you want to make sure that you are coming from an area of solidness, if you will. You want to put yourself into a peak mental state, if you will. And so today is my anniversary here. And when I started out a year ago, what I basically said was this: if you find yourself drifting like so many others do in this world, and you start to believe that the world controls you versus you controlling it and you living a life of your destiny, folks, because I know that you've got the capacity to take that back, then you're in the right place. Because what you think, what you experience, what you feel, what you make happen, folks, that's what this show is all about. I can teach you. It's not what you think, it's how you think. In fact, today we've got a great lineup, and I love that line because it's a way that I live my life. Larry Pesavento wrote a book with that title. You should own that book. Larry will talk about Mark Douglas and trading in the zone, and that's a great book. But that book pales in comparison to Larry's book with regard to it's not what you think, it's all about how you think, folks. So what I want you to do on this Thanksgiving, I want you to be a pioneer of your future. I want you to become a visionary. And, folks, I want you to have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll be back. We'll go take a look at the markets. 877-927-6648.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, Let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks, and thanks for being here. You know, I am really grateful for your presence, and hopefully today you spend just a little bit of time, putting together a list of all the things that you're grateful for in life. And, let's go take a little tool around the markets. And this program, you might be catching this on the Thursday replay on the archive version. And again, if you're listening on the radio, you can also go to the homepage of TFNN under TigerTV. You'll be able to see this show live. You can see the archive of this. Just hit channel 14. And on Friday's show, even though the markets are open, I've taped a special 9 a.m. show. You want to be able to catch that. You'll be able to hear the audio of that live, but we are also going to archive that because I did a bunch of video aspects of it that are really important. If you are trying to learn how to better play the money game, if your investment strategy is not netting you what it is that you want, or you are out of the market, and if you're out of the market, you are, other than through your work or maybe through and you have not attained financial freedom, you want to listen in on that show because I will show you the step-by-step process that you need to go through in order to be able to get there. Now, what I have on my screen right now is a chart of the S&P futures contract, the ES Mini, and I've got it on a 120-minute time frame. I'm going to go to the daily time frame as well. And last night, and if you've been watching the show for the last 3 days, Monday morning I came in here and I showed you this chart, and it looked pretty much just like this, showed you the different patterns that are out there. Thanksgiving is really all about rituals. I will bet that your Thanksgiving holiday that you're celebrating, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe the whole weekend, I'll bet there are some rituals that you're going to do no matter what. Well, rituals, another word for rituals, and there's nothing wrong with rituals. In fact, what I want you to understand, those rituals are what I'll call patterns. The difference between, being a visionary or being a dreamer, the difference between ritual and patterns. Well, in the marketplace, there are patterns that repeat themselves in an ongoing basis. And what I want to be able to show you here, and we express those by using mathematical sacred geometry, if you will. You'll hear us talk about expansions of swing points at 1.272, at 1.618. And that's exactly what it is that we're looking at on the screen here. The yellow drawn in area is what we'll call a butterfly, because it has those nice wings, if you will, if you can envision that. And really, it's a wonderful symmetrical butterfly pattern that completed at the 1.272. Usually when you have an extension of swing points, and swing points, folks, are nothing more than measurements of fear and greed. It's where you see the market turn. If the market's going down, it's where you see the turn of fear. And as the markets are going up and you see a turn, it's where greed starts to turn into fear, if you will. So those are greed points and fear points. And here, what we do is we take mathematical measurement between those two. In this case here, on the ES Mini, you'd be looking at the measurement between the 7:30 time frame where you had a low of 1222.50 on the November 1st time frame, all the way up to when it made its greed point, if you will, around 4:30 in the afternoon on, what was the date? November the 8th. And if you took that distance, and the high there was in the 1275 area. If you took the difference between those 2 points, multiplied it times 1.272, that would take you right into this area here of about 1192. And we hit that area. Normally, that's a place where you would look for a reversal. But what I did was, it's important to understand and be able to read these candle patterns. And what I saw as we were coming into it was a gap down. And a gap down, folks, is where, you have a void of price, if you will. And when you have a void of price in a normal marketplace, it's giving you an indication that the move in whichever direction it's going is going to be strong. And you'll see that time and time again in any chart. That's the ritual, that's the pattern of a gap, if you will. And when you're coming into one of these sacred geometry numbers and you've got a gap or a wide range bar, what it says is step aside temporarily and wait for some other signal, some other ritual, some other pattern, some breakout, some conviction behind the move before you get in front of that train. Now, what I communicated to you, if you listen to all of the archive shows, I communicated because we came into that area with some wide price spread, with the gap, if you will, that preceded it, we were more likely going to go down to the 1.618 area. And that 1.618 area, 1167, folks, that was it. And last night, while I was trading, while I was putting together a newsletter, at about 8 o'clock, what you saw was, if you were trading currencies, what you saw was the euro start to fall off the cliff. And, 8 o'clock, traditionally, 8 is, a relatively quiet time. You've got Asia that is coming on board, between Australia coming on board, between China, between Japan coming on board. So you got some activity. Sometimes you'll see some volatility, but normally the euro's relatively quiet during that time period. Normally the euro starts to really pick up around 2 or 3 in the morning when the trading session opens in London. But what you'll see is that the 1.618 area was hit magnificently. Now, I sent out a alert to my clients, to my investors last night that said hold off on getting into the long side of this position about 11 o'clock at night. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back. We'll see how the markets are going to open. Down, I'm sure.
It's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stock placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in the complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. You've got the Dow down 99, the S&P's down 12, you've got the composite down 20, small caps down 7, you've got the NDX down 15 right now, and if you go around the world, you know, you've got the DAX is pretty much flat. We'll take a look at that. That's been up, down, and all around. FTSE down 26 points right now. Shanghai was down 18 points, about just 0.75%. You had the Shanghai down 2% last night. That was down 387 points. And what I've got up on my screen here, just to go ahead and finish off the ES Mini daily, folks, and what you can see here on the daily chart, we were looking at the 120-minute chart. And what you'll see here is you'll see a number, an area, a range, if you will, where we have a number of expansions between swing points and a contraction between the major swing point, which is the low on October 4th. And again, we're looking at the S&P futures contract, the continuous, the December month contract here. And what we're looking at, folks, is you can see that what we hit yesterday in that 1167 area was a 1.618 expansion, and we also had a 1.272 expansion of these swing points here. Now, that acted and should have acted as good resistance. But the way that we came down in that between that 8 and 9 o'clock time frame last night, Eastern Standard Time, you know, gave you reasons to pause. In fact, what you wanted to do was you wanted to go take a look and see what was going on with the currency pair. You know, when I sent out the alert to my subscribers, I let them know that King Dollar was absolutely on the move, and King Dollar is now going to go up to its 0.786 area. And so seeing that occur, and also knowing that on the ES Mini that we had a 1.272 expansion from the swing point of October the 18th, and that was coming together with a 0.618 retracement all the way from October 4th to the highs of October 27th out there, that your range was 1152 to 1167. Right now you're trading out at 1175. This is a lunar date. This is where the moon is at perigee, which means it is furthest from us, spinning the slowest, if you will. And so, you know, traditionally these lunar cycles have worked pretty well, with the exception of the last two that have failed. The full moon lasted a cycle for about, really was 2 trading sessions, and then that failed. It took a few days, but we are underneath that. We had a third quarter moon that also failed. That failed right away. And so knowing that we've got the moon at perigee and knowing the type of pressure that's out there, you know, you want to be able to look for some other type of conviction in the marketplace. Let the market prove. But our range here, in essence, has been hit. And this is an area that's very important, because if this area here fails, folks, not only does, in my opinion, you know, not only, well, where would go next is this. It's pretty simple. It's going to go to the 0.786 area next. That would be its next line of defense, because what we look at is we look at sacred geometry, and when you're looking at retracements, you're looking at 382, 618, and 786. Well, the 786 area, as you can see, is 1115. And so what I was going to say is if this area fails, that tells us we're going to go to at least the highs of October 4th. If you close inside the high of October 4th, what that could set up, unless you reject that price, in this case here on the ES Mini contract, the rejection would be a close above the 119.75 price. But if you close inside that, what you're looking at is going down and testing the bottom. And the bottom there, and it's a very wide candle, and the bottom there is 1068. So, you know, if you're trading the futures contract, it's important to be able to put these, and whether it's the futures contract or the markets, and if you're struggling with any of this, folks, then you can just simply make an investment in yourself. It's not an investment in me. In fact, if you're trying to get from where you're at to where it is you want to go, it's only going to happen because of your vision of who it is you want to become and because of investments that you make in yourself. Here at TFNN, we've got books that you can do it. We've got subscribers like myself. You've got Tom, Basil, Larry, myself. I will invest in you for 30 days, folks. I'll invest in you for 30 days. You try my newsletter, you will get my all. It's all times of the day, all times of the night. 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, folks. Invest in yourself. Give it a shot. Go to the homepage of TFNN. We'll be right back. You got the Dow down 105.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. I hope you are having a happy Thanksgiving, or if you're getting ready to travel today, because this is one of the biggest travel days of the year. Please be safe out there. Stay focused. Be present on while you're on the roads, and just make sure you get to where you're going. Then have a great time. I mean, have a wonderful, fantastic, outstanding time. Stand out wherever you're at, folks. Now, one of the things that we talk about or you hear about from a news perspective is the Black Friday results, about this being a more leaning positive time of the year to, with the stock market going up. And so, I'm a person that just simply never really just accepts what somebody tells me, especially when I can go do a little bit of work and just find out for myself. And so hopefully you're watching us here on Tiger TV. Probably Tom and I will come back to this during the Money Masters show. And what you want to be able to do, folks, is you want to make sure that, you stay tuned today. Wednesday is an absolutely fantastic lineup. I believe these shows are going to be archived again on Thursday. So if you're listening in, you've got three really masters, not three. You've got Wednesdays, you've got the masters of trading and investing and psychology that are here. After this show, you've got Tom and I. We do a team approach to the Money Masters. And following that, you've got Mr. Basil Chapman doing the Chapman Wave. Then you got Larry Pesavento. Remember, folks, it is not what you think. It's how you think. You've got to go out and get that book as well. And then we've got David White from 3 to 4 and Tom from 4 to 6. So this is absolutely a great day for you to be able to educate yourself. And each of us have some unique approaches. I absolutely have a unique approach, folks. And one of those unique approaches is not to just accept what somebody, tells me. I want to understand. And for, my clients, I want to make sure that they understand why it is that we are taking the positions that we are. Good, bad, or indifferent, but I want them to understand the probabilities behind it. And so when we take a look at the Black Friday results here, and this is important information. It's a good reason for you to archive this show. I don't have any way to really just send this to you. Now, my subscribers have it. It's in the newsletter. So you might want to just simply invest in yourself and subscribe to this, because there's some probability management inside this that you could perhaps take advantage of. But let's look at this. This goes back to the last 13. 13 is one of my lucky numbers. That's hopefully that's one of your lucky numbers as well. But I went back to the last 13 years, 1998 to 2010. And what I have here on this chart, this simply shows the Wednesday. That would be today. And I just simply took, what the market opened at. Okay, so whatever the market opened at today, that's what I used for the figures. So if you went back and took a look at November 26th, 2010, that was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. The market opened at 1183. Then what we've got is we've got the actual Black Friday close. So that's the close this coming Friday. And then I went and I took a look at what was the Monday close. Take a look at this as being a 3-day weekend. So what we've got here, and all I did was use the closes. Except for the first day, I used the open. Now what we've got in this column here was we got the Monday versus Wednesday. So after everything was said and done, the party's over, if you will. The cleanup has to be done. What happened to the market from where it opened on Wednesday? And what you'll see here is that 50% of the time, I'd use 13, right? So it's really seven times it was up. But we can get rid of this here where you got a half a point, right? So 50% of the time it was up, 50% of the time it was down. Is the trading program that you use, is it like a flip of a coin? Is that what you want to do? Probably not. Now, what I've also done here is I took a look at the Monday versus Wednesday. So I've got the percentage differences here for you to be able to take a look at. I also went ahead and listed the type of market that we were in. You know, if you've listened to my shows, you've seen me take a look at the New York Stock Exchange on a monthly basis, and I just simply used that. You know, if the market was in the up channel, then what I said was we were simply in a bull market. If the market was in a down channel, then we were in a bear market. And there was a time period here in 2001 where really wasn't bull or bear. It was really more of a correction time period. So that's what I've got labeled right there. Now, what this also shows you the difference between Wednesday and Friday. So where it opened today, if you will, if we went back and took a look at November 2010, the November 26th, 2010, and this is all for the S&P 500, what you saw was between where it opened on Wednesday and the close on Friday, you saw a almost 6-point up day. If you go back the year before, you were down 15 points. How about the year before that? You were up 43 points. And what you'll see here, the Wednesday to Friday, because what I've got is the negative sessions are all bracketed in red. So of the 13 trading sessions, if you took a look at the Wednesday versus Friday, 3 out of 13 times. Now, look, 13 times is not a great sample. You want to have 50 or so, but I was too tired because of what was going on in the markets, and I wanted to be able to get alerts out to my clients. I got the newsletter out to them last night as well because I've got clients all around the world that trade all different types of markets, currency markets, futures markets, equity markets, and I just simply wanted them to be aware of what was going on in the marketplace and understand the sacred geometry that was coming in. And so this is information here, depending on what you're doing with your Friday. You know, I'll probably be golfing or something like that. And folks, what you want to be able to do, this is information that you absolutely could place a trade on. Now, you'd want to really understand risk management. You'd want to understand average true ranges. You can get all those things with my position size calculator. What I also did here is I showed you the Friday versus Monday. What happened between Friday's close and Monday's close? Well, look at all that. Look at the redness that you've got in there over the last 13 years. In fact, you've only got 4 trading sessions where on Monday it actually closed higher than it did on Friday's close. And in some cases here, you know, you're talking about some major, you know, damage in the marketplace. Down 80 points, down 34 points, 19, 10 points, maybe not so bad, but 10, 8. You can see the majority of the time here, folks. So this is good information. Hopefully you can put this to use and, make sure you're having a safe, happy holiday. Let's go to our first caller. Let's go to Susan in Boca Raton. Susan, thanks for calling. How are you?
I am great, Steve. How are you? And happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Thank you very, very much.
And I just have to say one thing. I just recently subscribed to your Mastering Probabilities.
Oh, thank you.
And I haven't been able to read it all because it's just recent, but
yes,
actually you have put so much time and effort in it, and it shows, Steve.
Well, thank you. Well, look, I am glad that you are getting, something out of it. Hopefully it's a ton out of it because, from my standpoint, it's really about being able to provide some education, why we do what we do, maybe just a little bit of history. I was kidding with somebody in the den. His den name is Oda it should be Oda Nobunaga, and was explaining to him that even in Monday's newsletter I covered, a candle formation that was named after one of the 3 great generals in the 16th century back then. And if you stay through the break, I'd love you to stay through the break, we'll go take a look at ERY. Is that a triple that you're already in?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. So when we get back, we're going to go to Susan in Boca Raton. Folks, you can get in on the action as well, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long, America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just 1, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks, and happy Thanksgiving to you. Right now, you've got the Dow down 128, the S&P's down 14, Composite down 28, small caps down 8 points. Everything is looking a little red except for King Dollar. King Dollar is up 55 ticks. The bonds are up just 1 tick. And we are talking with Susan in Boca Raton. She is in ERY. That is the Direction Daily Energy Bear, 3-time shares. And folks, if you are trading some of the Direction shares, they are all going to become triples. There are some doubles that are out there. They all become triples effective December 1st. So make sure you're taking a look at your portfolios and managing them accordingly. Now, Susan, you're in the ERY, and how can I help you?
Well, I kind of had a target of 1475 on this, but it's over that today.
It sure is. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, and I see
you're an overachiever.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll soon see, won't we?
Okay.
Just checking to see if I should hold on or take some off, or, of course, I'd like to hold on for longer, but I see light volume right now.
Yeah. Well, obviously with it being the holiday, with it being, the day before Thanksgiving, it's going to absolutely be, a light day. And, you know, so there's a couple of things that we could take a look at. Well, here's a couple different ways that you might consider trading it. Number one, paying yourself is always a good thing. You know, so taking profits, there's nothing wrong with that. Where do I think this thing could run to? Probably the $17.66 area. But what the average volatility on the ERY right now is running about 85 cents. So when you take a look at, you know, what this thing could do, and you're trading at $15 right now, you know, it could easily trade at $14.25, let's just say. You know, just simply because of just the normal volatility during the day on this thing. And the high yesterday was 14.60. What you're up against, you know, what you want to see, and you know this, what you want to see is you want to see it close above the high of 14.74. That's why you probably had the 14.75 target.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, you've got some good support there. Now, here's another way to, so one way to possibly trade it would be to take your principal off the table or take half of it off the table. You know, pay yourself. It's Thanksgiving. That's a beautiful thing. And then let the rest of it run, or put a tighter stop in there.
Right.
On the rest of it. And what you want to do when you're playing these ETFs, folks, is what you like to know is what is behind them. And in the direction share triple, the two biggest holdings in there are going to be CVX, and which is Chevron and ExxonMobil. And you can see, I'll pull up the ExxonMobil chart here, and ExxonMobil is really doing the same thing. It just looks like the reverse of the ERY chart. And you can see that you're going against a swing point of November 1st. That had 35 million shares. You gap down below that. Now, you know, when you gap down like that, it's telling you you've got some strength. And, and I think you can expect that Friday is going to be a little bit of an up move. So what you've got to kind of measure is, if Friday's an up move, do you want to be able to deal with weathering it between Friday and Monday? Because Monday is likely going to be a down move, you know, if you just took a look at what we've got out there. So you've got to, manage it, manage it that way as well, because today is absolutely going to be a light volume day, even if you close below, in the case here, ExxonMobil, even if it closes below that swing point on light volume, on Friday, it very well could, move up and go ahead and take your stop out, on the ERY.
Yeah.
Chevron, if you take a look at Chevron here real quickly, and we're going to, I can't believe it, the show's almost over. What Chevron did here is Chevron came back to its first gap. It had a 3-gap play, and so the work on Chevron to the downside, for me, seems to be over. So I don't know if that helps you.
It does tremendously.
Does it? Okay.
It does. Thanks.
Nothing wrong with taking profits, folks. Learn to pay yourself. This is the money game. Get a paycheck, if you will. It's a wonderful thing. Folks, stay tuned. Tom and I will be up in about 8 minutes, and have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you Monday morning.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.